Today we're going to be doing this gorgeous Trinity knot. If you have been following along with me, you have been doing these Triquetra knots, and what this knot is, what this Trinity knot is, a very intricately woven Trinity knot, is really not very hard, and I'll show you how to do it in the basic form without the middle tangling, and you're going to love it.
Hi, I'm Kaden, and welcome to my Untitled Chapter, the Tireless Tangler. It's about art, like the Zentangle and Celtic knots. It's fun and interesting.
Okay, what I have here on my sketch pad, if I can move my hand out of the way, is I have traced around a Zentangle apprentice tile. These, I believe, are 4.5 by 4.5 inches, and it makes a great surface to do our triangle in size-wise. So, all you need for this part is a straight edge. I just can't find my short ruler, and so I'm going to use this fancy thing instead. All right, there we go. All right, basically what you need for this is to do a T shape or a 90 degree shape within your apprentice tile, and then you're going to want to basically sketch in your triangle edges. Now, it's not a big deal if they're a little uneven, but the more even you are when you draw it with the pencil, of course, then the more even your final product will be. So, okay, basically what you want to do to imagine how this is going to work is mark a midpoint line or a midpoint mark on each side of your triangle, and then you're going to want to lightly, and I'm going to do it a little darker, you're going to want to lightly sketch a line across, connecting each point to each other, and what you end up with is 3 triangles surrounding one in the middle. Now, what we're going to do for to create the knot that I showed you is we're going to sketch the top part of Triquetra inside each of these triangles. So again, in sketching Triquetra, you want to do your rounded side triangle, and then you want to, from the bottom point, bring a curved line up parallel to the tip of the triangle, like that. Then you're going to repeat this, and you're going to want to keep these short for this particular knot, about the length that you're going to want your ribbon to be. So this is, again, going to be parallel to here, and we're going to do the same thing here, you can see. All right, so now we're going to want to sketch in. The second step is to start at the point of the triangle, bring a curved line down that mirrors this curved line, or not mirrors, but matches it, like this. And on these two, on the inner two, we're going to want to keep this short, like it's about the length of this ribbon here. So we're going to pay attention to that, and then we're going to do the same thing. This is going to come around. I'm going to curve that in a little bit. This is going to come around, and we're going to stop right here. Okay, like that. Now we're going to repeat this on the next 3 sides. So start with your round-sided triangle. So if I can do this sideways. All right, and then curve your line. Don't make it too long. Now, at this point, I want you to ignore this line because it's not necessary. I'm going to leave this one for a minute. But I don't want you to let that stop you from going outside it. So a nice curve here about the length of the ribbon you're going to want. All right, so from here. Well, unfortunately, the last video sort of glitched out, so you missed the end of this section, which is just an identical one to what we did up here. So let me do the last one for you and show you how we did this. Once again, curved line from the bottom of the point of your little triangle with the rounded sides. You want to end that parallel to this. You want to do the same thing here, and you want to keep these lines on the bottom side short. Oops, that needs to come in a little bit. That needs to come in a little bit so that it is down from here. All right, now we've erased the triangle lines that we sketched in first. So let's finish this. I'm going to decide the width of my ribbon, about the same as these. So, and then stop at about the ribbon width here. And well, that was a bad one. Okay, connect this a little more steadily than that, I hope. All right. This is going to go outside our triangle line here too, but again, the triangle stuff is a guideline. You want to make this the way you want to. If it comes outside to make a nice rounded edge, it goes outside. Okay, so here's where we are now. Now, let's go ahead and do our opposite sides and the inside of this. Get your curves all set the way you want. About that. Now, the way we're going to connect each of these two sides, make some room here. We'll clean these lines up. Sorry about the shaking. All right. Okay, now, where we're going to start is we're going to connect this inside line here with this line, with this outer line here. So the way we're going to do that is make a shallow S, just like that. It doesn't have to be a big curvy thing. Then you're going to take the top, where this would come out here, and you're going to follow that line in an aura, where you would connect here. And now that you know the way that you want this ribbon to go, you can fix this middle part up where it matches. Okay, then easily, the next part, of course, is to take this inner line and connect it to this outer line, like so. And this one, you're going to have to, this part is the part you sort of have to erase a little bit on so you get the angles of the curves set up correctly. This one comes here and up like that, and then so we'll bring this down to correct that. Okay, now we're ready to connect this and make the inside of this. All right, tidy that up. All right, let's connect the other two sides. So again, we are going to start, look at your point. Okay, the inside line here is going to come out here, and it's going to connect here in that S shape, like so. All right, then the top part, that's not a very good curve, is it? Like something like that. We'll fix it in a minute. Then we'll go here, outside or inside to outside, like that. Okay, then we're going to connect this here and this here. Now do a little cleanup on this side. Yeah. We've got that. Okay, the last thing we have to do is connect on this line, and with your permission, I am going to turn this because it's easier for my hand. The angles are easier this way. So we are right here. Let me erase this. Don't get confused. All right, whoa, that was shaky. Start here on the inside line. We're going here, remember? S shape, right there. Then follow this one out. This is going to follow that, about like so. Trim that up so it looks even in here. This is where you want to sculpt your lines, sculpt your sketch. All right, now let's connect up here and here. And let's curve that out a little bit. You don't need to be stingy here on the space. There. How nice. How pretty is that? Okay. Clean it up. Make sure that you know where you want all of your lines, that your edges are going to match up on each ribbon shape when you go under. And you'll notice here you do not have to worry about over under at all, did you? Isn't that nice? And this is still, except for the triangle shape, it's still freehand, which is awesome. And once you've drawn this as many times as I have, it will get or become quite zenful. All right, let me trim that up. Just make sure your edges match, and that way when you go through with your ink pen, which is we are going to do right now, then you don't have to worry about having your lines in the right place. You can just relax into recreating the lines. Let's ink. Now I just love this Trinity Knot. There are a lot of different versions of the Trinity Knot. This is one of them, but I love this one because of the intricate look and the simple way there is to draw. And I really enjoyed the process of creating the steps for doing this. I think my ability to do that is based on laziness, because I'm always looking for a simpler, shorter, easier way to do everything. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. All right, I should have put my glasses on. Let me do that real quick before I mess up the lines badly. All right, not too bad yet. Okay, finishing up. This pattern is great for exploring Zentangle ribbon style patterns. I've got a couple of different ones on the example I showed at the beginning. That is Zen Lily Moon's pattern Drogan, which is one of my very favorite ribbon patterns of all times. And it is a little work intensive, so I decided to use, for this project, I decided to use Carol Ohl's pattern Puff, which is based on the Zentangle original pattern Bales, and it is so fun and easy that it lends itself really well to filling in this ribbon. I have a short video of the actual tangling process that I did on yellow cardstock that I'm going to publish with this, with a link to this. And so you can see the tangle process. That would make, adding that to this would make this video way too long, and I have trouble keeping you guys past 4 minutes anyway, so I figured that might be pushing it a little bit. So in the state that I am from, we are slow. We do things with a deliberate relaxation that is indicative of the southern and midwestern states in the United States. It is not this way in the coast, particularly in the Northeast, where New York and New York City and such, where they're located. They tend to speak and do things more rapidly than we do down here, but it's something that works with me, and if it makes you crazy, I actually speed up my videos by a quarter right off the bat because of how slow I speak. So I'm trying not to make people crazy. All right, I'm going to erase my pencil lines, and we will be done. All right, found the eraser. So just gently rub your pencil lines out, and you have a pretty blank area to be creative in. That is so beautiful and intricate, and I just love this particular knot. Let me show you a couple of examples of things I did with it, and then I really want to encourage you guys to tag me with your art. I'm interested in starting a viewer gallery of art created by people who have watched these videos and done their own thing. Somebody on Instagram last week posted a great version of the black mandala or Zendala that I did a couple of weeks ago with the Triquetra knots on it, and it was so awesome to see somebody actually follow through and get something out there. So I really encourage you guys to tag me with your work so I can see it, and I will see you next time on the Tireless Tangler. Do not forget to subscribe. YouTube is changing a lot right now, and subscriber numbers are very important. So every single one of you is important to me, and I encourage you to subscribe. Hit the notification bell, and you will be here for the next video. Thanks everybody, and I wish you the joy in drawing that I have found.